Hello everyone, MVL here, and today we're back with some more Tekken 4 on the PlayStation 2. Now we're actually going to start off with something a little unusual for me during a live stream. I've done this, I think I did this once before on an unboxing. It's something I might do on unboxings in the future. Is I'm going to show some gameplay that I've already recorded and comment over it. So we're going to do Force mode, but before we do that I'm going to set up the game just to make sure it's loading correctly. That being in PAL 60. There we go. Alright, now that should be fine, and we're going to jump over to some Tekken Force mode that I recorded off stream, and I'm going to talk over it. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so here we go. Now, obviously for full disclosure, I have recorded this previously, and the reason being is I thought this would take a really long time to do, and I actually did it on the second attempt. My first attempt was with Paul Phoenix, and you'll see that in the high scores afterwards. Part of the reason I did this is I wanted it to be quite concise and not have too many continues. There was one continue on this, but yeah, I found this mode pretty tough, so I thought I wanted to show it, and as it turned out I actually ended up doing it on the second time through. But yeah, just to make sure I get there, I'll show the footage that I recorded. So here we have it, and I obviously ended up playing Christy, and that's largely because she's got those, let's be honest, cheap kick combinations. That is mostly what I employ here. My character of choice would normally be Martial Law, and Law has some great kicks, but on Law, I, for whatever reason, struggled on stage 4, whereas I found that Christy's kicks were very good and they're very difficult to block. And you'll see a lot of that in here. She gets those mid to low combinations really effectively with those capoeira kicks. So that was the second character I went with, and obviously it worked out. Now there will be one continue on this, and it is on stage 4. And I left that in, I didn't edit anything out. It'll be obvious anyway when it comes to the high score at the end, because I don't get score for the first 3 stages, that I had to continue anyway, and it happens early enough that I felt like it wasn't eating into too much time, and that was pretty good. But yeah, Christy works out pretty well here. There's a couple of close call moments where I don't have much HP. The last stage, I will say, was the hardest. Now this does play a little different to the Force mode on Tekken 3, which is a Force mode I really liked, and I was somewhat used to that when I did play it. This one plays a little differently, I think, but it's cool. Now I originally thought, and this was because of some misinformation I got online, which is part of the hazard of when you get information online, I thought you unlocked Tekken Bowl for whatever reason when you did this mode, but you just get an extra character, which we'll see on the unlocks after the fact. But yes, this is essentially the way I get through this with the low kicks. Now if you press one of the other buttons, I think it's triangle or it's circle with Christy, once you've played through, I think you can play as Eddie Gordo. It's essentially the same character but with a different attire. Similar deal with Lee and Violet. I think I actually saw Violet when we played through previously as well. I'm not going to show every outfit when we go to play, but I might show some variations in there. You can get, of course, with Eddie on, it's either circle or triangle from Christy, but you can also get with Lin Xiaoyu, her friend, in their uniform, with one of those buttons as well, I think. So we might show that on practice mode, so you can see Eddie and you can see the different character therein. But for alternate personas, like Violet, I think we'll just leave that, otherwise we'll be showing every different costume. But yeah, pretty cool how the Force mode plays out in my opinion. I like how the stages go, especially the last stage, where it's almost like a choose your own path section. This first stage is very much you go forward, you take out the enemies, and that's how it runs. My first time playing through this, I don't have like all of the combinations down to memory. I know, it's embarrassing. You can get those power-ups right there that make you more effective on your damage. When you get to the end credits, it'll actually tell you the soldiers. Combat is a character you unlock, I believe, from doing Force mode. And Combat is your typical fighting game character that has a random move set. When I fought Combat with Law, I believe he had Kazuya's moveset. Can't recognize what Combat's doing right now too much. It could be, I guess, Lee or one of those less descript movesets, but I didn't really let him get a lot of moves in if I could help it there. So that's stage 1. Now, in fairness, if you wanted to skip ahead to when we will be live proper, this will be about half an hour in. The early stages were a lot quicker than the last stage, and there was one retry in the last stage, but it wasn't too long. Stage 2 here has you breaking through these obstacles. I'm not actually sure, because I didn't attempt it, if you can try and break through those barriers prior to attacking. I think it was the R1 button or something like that that changed your focus of your opponent, which is one of the more awkward things about the Force mode, being as you're going up against many competitors, that you could sometimes get swamped, and that tends to be what happened on the last stage or so. But this stage is notable for its barriers being, I guess, breakable and separating between your opponents. But you can see here, I'm basically doing the same sort of kick combinations for a little bit. I mean, it's cheap, but if it works, do it. When you're surrounded by enemies here, especially in the last couple of stages. The last couple of stages get pretty awkward, and in some of those areas enemies like actually run away from you. But I found that Christie's offense was, as I've mentioned, particularly good against blockers, because the hits come in from mid to low, so you have to be really effectively blocking to counter that movement. And some of these enemies really go for it. Like these elite competitors actually go for some good hits on you. Christie, I think, was a very good character for this. I could see other characters like Hwang with a similar sort of kicking moveset in. Hwang has that weird thing where he changes stance, which I think you have to sort of get used to. Whereas Christie has those handstand kicks that are just like constantly aggressive. And she has some combinations that hit on the low, so when enemies are down on the ground, you can get those kicks in relatively effectively. But you do get swarmed. You get properly swarmed. The boss of this level was Kuma/Panda, I believe. When I did this level with Law, I think I came up against Kuma, the bear, and on this one I think I came up against Panda. But essentially the same character, but a different appearance of that character. It's interesting you don't see, other than you saw in the opening, a little bit of the helicopter, the chopper, get to the chopper, that they came from, these enemies. I think it would have been a little cooler to see... I mean, obviously it would have been more difficult to do, but I think it would have been a little cooler to see the chopper come in here and drop the enemies off. I'm not sure if you can actually choose a different path here, because looks like there's a way to the side other than going straight on. I'm also not sure if you could break the barricades prior to beating these enemies. You probably can't. You probably just have to go the one way. Some of these enemies do put up like a significant challenge. Especially right at the end. Like, that was the most nerve-wracking part, and the part that I had issues with martial law. So law, I feel much more confident all round with law as a character, but on that last stage where you get swarmed by enemies, I felt like Christie's kick combinations were partially made her harder to hit herself, and secondly hit a larger mob of enemies effectively. One thing you need to keep in mind here is your health, but you can get health back with chickens you pick up along the way. I did the dive there, and I declined to do the punches, which I find kind of funny because it's one of the things you see the CPU do, and you know when the CPU is taking it easy on you when they decline to punch. That time I go for it. I was ready for it. Some of these kick combinations are pretty good, but the tried and tested kicks that break up the guard, main reason I picked this character for this. Particularly efficient with the strikes is Christie. Yeah, there's a lot of enemies here, but they don't have a lot of health, so that's not so bad. When it comes out that there's a lot more of them, then you're in trouble. But also, you can get lucky. I'm not sure if it's lucky or if it's predetermined, however many healing items are given at any which point here, but sometimes you can get lucky, knock your enemies down, get some health back, keep rolling. Sometimes not so much. But then, obviously, the argument against that is, well, don't get hit. Anyway, here's the boss of stage 2. And as you've seen, it's pretty good timing here, as it is. Hey Trevor, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, hope you're doing well. How am I doing? Not too bad. Hope you're doing well over there, Trevor. A little warmer today, but it's still pretty chilly. Panda is actually a sort of awkward... Now you also have to avoid hitting the guards here. I think there is a chicken or a turkey, however you say it, in the background there. But if you go towards it, I think you incur the wrath of the guards, and if you avoid them, I think you're better off going against the boss there. You would get more score, I guess, if you picked up the item. Good to see you, Trevor. As we head into stage 3, the corridor. This stage, I feel, is pretty long. There's a lot of these guards, and often when they are introduced, they have like an automatic attack, like that shoulder barge there, that you sort of have to be ready for. You're going to get hit by it. This stage reminds me of one of the last stages in the first Tekken game, which is probably deliberate. Pretty cool though, with the lighting and everything. But yeah, this stage is no joke in of itself. There's some like pretty tough enemies here. I'm not sure if the medics like always drop health. I don't think they do. They would be more aptly named if they did. But yeah, the thing to keep in mind is to try and block the multiple attacks, but it becomes more difficult to block on this, I think, because of the changing directions. You're always changing direction because your enemies are facing in various different directions. Like I said, often the enemies come in with those attacks on their first attack. Like here, we're very low health. Like within an inch of going down, I think. But got a little lucky there. Got some health back. Chain together a little bit of health. You want to be blocking, but you also want to be wary of where your block direction is going to be. And right there, we got enough health to get back up to full. It's very good. I like that a lot of these enemies are like named. It makes them feel like actual characters. I guess you're looking at around about, you know, under 10 minutes a stage. Let's say 7 minutes a stage, 7.5. Kicking names and taking ass, eh, Trevor? Exactly. Yeah, this force mode on this, at least to me, is no joke. The competition is pretty stiff, and you're timed. You can't just like sit back. I don't think time ever becomes much of an issue for me, but I can see it being an issue against the boss characters if you're playing too defensively. You get a little time every time you beat something. Another issue with the combos that you can see there is when you're doing the handstand kicks, you don't actually change direction automatically, which is somewhat awkward. There I kind of want to go for some of the healing items that have been left off screen, but it ends up being, I think, too dangerous to avoid the enemies as it stands. And you got to be wary running off into that darkness because you probably get hit by something. I mean, look at that. Again, down to very little life here. Got to sort of be more lucky than good here. Repositioning for that health is also a bit scary at times. You don't want to get hit while you're trying to move across the battlefield. But there you go. I think luck came through there to a certain extent. Getting the health back. Taking down the minions. My goal for this stream as well is to do a bunch of the side characters as well when it comes to the story mode. They're never ending, Trevor. Do you have a set amount of enemies here, I believe? I do wonder if you can go past some of them. I think in the next stage you can actually maybe avoid some enemies, because I think at some points you can break through walls without having fought some of the enemies. But on this stage, you might have to beat them all. With a lot of kicks. You know, I think when it came to the credits, a bunch of, like, enemies weren't defeated, so that's kind of interesting as well. So maybe I did miss some enemies. Just looking up the alternate outfits here so I get it right for later on the internet. Although we have spoken about how reliable the internet is. Yeah, Miharu, who is Sayu's friend, will be the circle button. And then for the uniforms Ayu would be, I guess, triangle. And then I think it's triangle to play as Eddie Gordo or Christie. Circle on Lee to play as Violet. We've seen Violet in the game though. And circle or triangle on Kuma to play as Panda, and we saw Panda earlier. How's the weather, Trevor? A little warmer. It's still cold. Still cold over here. At least from my perspective. Still chilly. It's getting better, I think. I mean, obviously that's, you know, how it is, but it's still, it could just be my perspective, but it feels colder than it has been. The corrupt guard is facing a challenge. I think this stage is essentially you're going through Kazuya to get to Heihachi. And this is how you know you're basically at the end of the stage, because there's a gatekeeper. You want to keep your health here like fairly good as well, so that when you come up against Kazuya, you still got some fight left in you. There you go. Kazuya Mishima. Character I'm actually pretty scared of by how he fights. Plus, he has those henchmen with him. Who get involved in the fight. Same thing happens with Heihachi, actually. He has a lot of guards helping him out. Scary fight there. If the opponent gets a good combo in on you, I think it's just, you know, you're done. So that's stage 3. Here's stage 4 now. This first attempt will be a false start. Partially the start of the stage gets me hit here, but I don't think I get very far into the stage at all before I go down, because I just take so much damage right at the start here. I'm trying to block, but the direction changes from the guards coming in. Actually having the enemy split up there is pretty bad, but yes, even though I get a little bit of health back here, not a lot of health. There's obviously some health to the corner there, but it's a bit awkward to shimmy around to get it and still have the right positioning to block, considering the 3D movement of your enemies and such. Single leg Boston Crab there, takes that guy out. So we clear this room, but I don't think we get much further than that. As soon as I open that door, kicked in the face, and then Dean Enforcer, I think that says, takes us out. If you stay on the continue screen there, the enemies just keep beating you up, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I think that's the only game over. That time I was blocking. And it came so early in. Shame though. Depletes your score from the other stages. That's another thing as well. If you move up and down, you can avoid kicks as well, of course. It's just when you swarm like that, it's a little more difficult. At least for me. Guys, blocking my grabs. Breakdancing or fighting, Trevor? Interestingly enough, the style somewhat hides the offense within dancing. And it makes it, you know, I guess pretty fun to practice as well, because it's also an art form in of itself. That Dean Enforcer though, still somewhat wrecked me. Not the hardest guard we'll come across, but definitely at that point. Yeah, and I wonder if there's multiple paths here that you can take. Like, I could be wrong, but I might have not gone in some of these rooms when I played through this as lore. That was my only other attempt, and you'll see on the scores that I had an attempt at lore, and it was this stage, right at the end of this stage, that was sort of like the wall, figuratively, for me for lore, and I figured Christy might be a better fit for how I wanted to take on that stage. At least for me, you know, my first time playing Tekken 4. Yeah, this area here I think is, for whatever reason, I consider this to be like one of the harder areas of this. These enemies put up a strong fight in of themselves. They're not like the strongest health-wise, but they put up a lot of fight. Definitely, I think the end of this stage is designed to be the hardest part. That's really where it tries to punish you just before Heihachi. It gives you some health after that, but it's really where the toughest of the tough come to play. But this stage feels pretty long as well, but I think that's just because of the amount of enemies. But again, I think this is where Christie's offense really helps. These kicks able to hit the enemies on the ground. Juggle them, if you will. Really helps out. They can hit you with their animations there, which is a little awkward. You probably just have to have the wherewithal to know. The other guards there just sort of fall over instead of hitting you. See, there's multiple doors there I think you can take. Be interesting to see how they differ. Single leg Boston Crab again. Hits you in mid-air. These Force trainers with their lariats coming in. There's several like risky points during this, I think, where my health goes pretty low. Even during the end, I get pretty gets pretty dicey, I think. I'm trying to get back there to pick up the power up, but the movement's a bit weird for it, and the power ups don't stay there forever. You don't want to hang around for too long as well, because more enemies might show up. I don't know if they do, but definitely feels like it. I did this as well one time, and like the screen went to black here, which is very weird. I think it like got caught behind one of the walls or something, which normally is see-through. See there? I think we skip enemies there. When you get to that door, you know you're doing well because you've gotten through. You get the bird watchers who don't even attack you. And this stage is pretty tough. Taking out the ninja units. These guys have a lot of health, or it feels like it. I suppose the guards are thinking the same thing about Christy, right? Try to get that health there, but I think my positioning was not too good for it. All the cartwheel kicks from the bad guys. Yo, zombie JLT1! Coffee club hype. I got some coffee with me. I'll be back on cam in a moment, just when we finish this stage. Hope you're doing well, zombie. I just had a sip of coffee myself. The swift kicks come in. All the kicks, all the time. It's a whirlwind of kicks. This isn't that far from the end of the stage, actually. And my plan for this stream is to do the... Yeah, I think this is the hardest part of this. My plan is to do some of the bonus characters on the stream. In the story mode. I'm trying to avoid picking up those heal items there. So these guys all have a lot of health and they're all pretty powerful. And this is where I got stuck with Law. But I felt like with Christy I stood a little bit of a better chance. You can sometimes get lucky and sort of isolate them a little bit. But with Christy I felt like her offense was more likely to hit multiple opponents at once. Like if you can get them down and keep doing those ground kicks, you're doing pretty well. And the executioner there is the current target. I think the health gets pretty low here. It gets pretty scary here. But thankfully we do get a little health when we take one of them out. That power up I think was the icing on the cake, so to speak. And I totally didn't see the executioner here. I thought we were free from opposition for a moment there. But yeah, that's it. On to the end boss. They give you some extra health before that, and there's Heihachi. But he's accompanied by a lot of bad guys as well. This fight as well is pretty intense because Heihachi's always a difficult fight. He's a very good counter fighter. But he is surrounded by guards here. Like, at certain points, it feels like you can't get to him. I wisely keep my targeter on Heihachi. Even with all the other enemies around there. And yes, pretty scary to get like that low life. But with the spinning DDT, we take him out. And that's stage 4. Obviously didn't get any score from the stages that we game overed on. But that's alright. In the credits for that, you get to see the henchmen of Heihachi Zaibatsu, the Tekken Force members, as they say. Revolt, I think, as they're getting admonished by the master. See, it gives you the Tekken Force members here, and some of them are blank as if they weren't defeated. Now, I wonder if that's because of the difficulty level, or if there were alternate paths where I could have met them. But most of them you'll see taken out by some sort of kick. There's only so much talking to these guards are going to take. Before they rise up and they've had enough of it. They're like, that's it. Come and get it, Heihachi. And for the rest of the credits, they beat up Heihachi. Heihachi's obviously a boss right now, so he's not going to take that. Funny way of doing the credits, though. The last stage, I think, is easily the hardest. I mean, that's how you expect it to go, right? The last stage to be the hardest. I could have got lucky here on my attempt. Because there's no continues on the stage itself. You can continue, but you go right back to the start of the stage. So it's pretty rough. They're giving Eddie some kick in there. And that goes on, I think, until you press start. There's the name entry. Did better than Law, my previous attempt. I got stuck on the last stage. And we're back. Alright, so let's show off some of those extra characters.
Welcome
Assuming I've got this right.
arena.
Why are you timed on practice mode? So I believe circle it will give us Maharu. A triangle will give us Eddie. There you go. Hey, Trevor. So now you can just we'll just have a peek at these characters. So now we can see these characters. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see them. There you go. We got to see them. We got to see them. That's basically all I wanted to do, just show those characters existed. Alright. Now to the story mode. And we have all of the characters unlocked now, I believe. So I guess I'll do the left-hand side. Kuma is the first, or Panda, since I pressed cross. I don't believe it makes a difference.
After the last tournament, Panda accompanied Xiaoyu back to Mishima High School. Since then, Panda spent her days training with Xiaoyu. On some days, she wondered just a little about the whereabouts of Kuma, who disappeared after the tournament.
Ooh, I wonder if it does make a difference.
One day, 2 years after the tournament, a preoccupied Xiaoyu mentioned the announcement for the King of Iron Fist Tournament 4. After hearing Xiaoyu's concerns about the tournament and the Mishima Zaibatsu, Panda decided to become Xiaoyu's bodyguard once again.
Maybe they have the same ending sequence. Hey, it's Duya.
Round 1. Fight.
I know I'm not going to be very good with Panda, unfortunately. Oh, he plays like Jack. Bear hug, appropriate.
KO. You win. Round 2. Fight.
Not my favourite type of character is Panda. A bit slow for my liking. I like my characters to be very fast. Gotta go fast.
You
Right.
win.
Hey, it's late.
Round
The
1.
Drunken Master.
Fight.
I mean, he's a cop as well, right? Did that actually hurt them, that move? He's basically a rip of Jackie Chan, right? Whereas martial law is supposed to be Bruce Lee. Lei is supposed to be Jackie Chan, I think, from his Super Pop films. And then
You win.
martial law is Bruce Lee from the Crouching Tiger. Hidden Dragon. Enter the Dragon, rather. Different films. Yeah, Jackie Chan's done some great, like, coffee orientated martial art films. Did a lot of his own stunts as well. Crazy.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm gonna assume that in the same way that Eddie is probably gonna have the same ending as Christy, that Panda will have the same ending as Kuma. And not play the same character through twice. Especially when it's one that I'm
Round
less good with.
fight.
Someone's got to be like, how is that legally to fight bear? This Brian guy wanted to fight a bear, and he's fighting a bear. Threw him up on the ceiling.
You win. Round 1. Fight.
Oh boy. I nearly froze there. I was like, what do I do? I gotta stop going for that move. Characters like this are powerful, but I do miss the ability to
Win.
move quicker and get more combinations
Round
in.
2. Fight.
I mean, granted, it's like experience on the moves that's gonna count for that as well, isn't it? Bear is not really an efficient kicker, it's more of a striker. Panda bear, that is. And here's the coffee.
You win. Round 1.
As I mentioned previously,
Fight.
characters like Kazuya, characters like Fia, with a character like Panda. Oh, that does hurt them, okay. Very good reactive fighters. And unlike a character like Christy, which is like very good at hitting characters up high and low. Oh, that was close. Oh, I cannot believe that worked. Perfect? I was fortunate that he was going for his power move at the same time, but I did mine. My animation was a bit faster.
Final round. Fight.
Oh crap. Oh man, I knew I shouldn't have been so aggressive there.
You lose. Continue. 8. Round 1. Fight.
Hate fighting characters like Kazuya. So effective at picking where you're not blocking and doing tremendous amounts of damage. That was so close. Yeah, how weird the body of the bear goes when it's doing that move.
You win. Round 2. Fight.
I'm also going to struggle on Heihachi if I'm struggling on Kazuya. Probably.
You win.
I mean, one continue, I guess.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh boy. I cannot believe that hit.
You win. Round 2. Fight.
Got on with a bear hug early. It's not a great damager though. Oh boy, ah, too late. I saw it coming, but too late. Heads up move there to go low, I think. Pat myself on the back.
You win.
Hwang's more like mid-high kicks orientated than Christie, who's more like mid-low kicks.
Come on.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh. Oh no. He's so good at avoiding my blows. Super embarrassing there because he switched me around as well.
You lose. Round 2. Fight.
Didn't expect that to hit. Damn it, Steve. Punched a panda with a boxing
You
glove.
lose. Continue. 8.
Oh, they had models for helicopters on this stage. I wonder why they didn't use them in the Tekken Force.
Come on.
Round 1. Fight.
My reach is so bad compared to his. Well, at least it feels that way. Kung Fu Panda, Trevor?
You win.
Who voices Kung Fu Panda? Is it Jack Black?
2. Fight.
That was so close. Metroid Prime Remastered 2, Trevor? I wonder if it will come on the Switch too.
You win.
That would be a little awkward, wouldn't it? Maybe you were right when you mentioned the remasters earlier, Trevor. Maybe they're all going to come out in a triple pack for the Switch 2 at some point. If they make all three of them, I guess. It was a little weird that they didn't do it like they did it on the Wii. Just have all three in one. I say a little weird. They knew what they were doing.
Round 1. Fight.
Remember when I said I didn't like fighting characters like this earlier? with slow, powerful characters. Yep. He's just such a good counter fighter. I mean, I could stand back and block, but he's just gonna pick where I'm not blocking and attack faster than I do.
Round 2. Fight.
I tend to notice that an effective thing to do with Heihachi is to be aggressive, which is hard when Panda is so slow. There we go.
You win. Final round. Fight.
If I can get him against the wall again, that'll be good for me. Ah, man. I mean, credit to Heihachi, he saw what I was trying to do. He saw that I went low and just hit me with the right move.
You lose. Continue. 8. Round 1. Fight.
Man. Son of a gun. I thought I was there. I thought if I got up and did the low kick, shouldn't have done it, should have gotten up. I think he would have got me anyway, because I would have blocked mid. That's when Heihachi mostly attacks and
Fight.
yeah. There we go.
You win. Final round. Fight.
Gotta get in close. The distance favors Heihachi. Oh, nice. We stepped on him. I always get worried that running move, the automatic move like the shoulder bar to the step, isn't going to trigger. After winning the tournament, Panda handed over the entire estate to Zayu. Zayu made public the wrongdoings of Mishima Zaibatsu and used the fortune to compensate his victims. Nicely done, Trevor, thank you. Then Panda invited Zayu out.
ねえ、重要な話って何？何？うわー、懐かしい。パンダ、この写真大事にしてたっけ？でも、どうして急に？あ、ジン？わかった。一緒に探しに行くってこと？私一人で？どうして？二人で世界中を探し回ろうよ。やだよ、一緒に行こうよ。そっか、もしかして自分が保護動物だってこと気にして？でもよっ、わかった。一人で行ってくる。ずっと友達だよ。ありがとう。
Well, I guess that means Kuma's ending would be different. I'll look that up before I actually play through as Kuma.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 4.
Maybe it'll be the same with Lee and Violet then. I might have to come back to these characters.
20 years ago, Lee was expelled from the Mishima Zaibatsu when he betrayed Heihachi and sided with Kazuya at the King of Iron Fist Tournament 2. Thoughts of revenge consumed Lee for a long time, but eventually he realized that it was pointless to kill an old man who probably only had a few years left in his life at best. With that epiphany, Lee distanced himself from fighting and moved to a mansion in the Bahamas to lead a solitary life. One day, he discovered a huge sell-off of G Corporation's stock. Lee's intuition told him that something happened within the company. His intuition was correct. The Mishima Zaibatsu attacked G Corporation and caused significant damage to their research facilities. He also learned that the Mishima Zaibatsu was searching for a critical component needed to complete one of their projects. Oddly enough, an announcement was made for the King of Iron Fist Tournament 4 around the same time. Lee's fading passion for fighting was rekindled, along with his resentment towards the Mishima clan. Lee decides to enter the tournament under disguise in order to prevent the Mishima Zaibatsu from discovering his true identity.
Oh, is that where the Violet comes in? So maybe it will be the same for this character?
Come on.
Round 1. Fight.
Nice.
You win. Round 2. Fight.
Yeah!
This is a very Kasuya-esque hit. I like that this character's nice and fast. Quite good for reactive as well.
You win. Round 1. Fight.
Yikes. Imagine if the games got remastered, Trevor. Which one's the Tekken games? Tekken Tag got remastered.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh. I just want to see what that move looked like. I knew it wasn't going to hit. Yikes. Man, Yoshimichi is wrecking me here. Oh, speaking of remasters, I'll have my Dead Rising remaster. Nope, Deluxe remaster, that's it. Dead Rising Deluxe remaster video out on Monday, which is actually a remake.
Round 1.
To further the confusion
Fight.
some have with remakes and remasters. A lot could be problematic actually with this character. Good to get lore early, I think, and Yoshimichi. Those characters are much more troublesome the later you get them.
You win. Round 2. Fight.
I'm never gonna hit any more of that. Ooh, neckbreaker. This guy's nice and fast, I like it. You can hit them while they're coming in for their moves.
You win.
Dance moves.
Round 1. Fight.
Ow. Can you imagine you go to war one day and instead of a zombie outbreak from Dead Rising, it's just some guys fist fighting?
Win. Round 2. Fight.
But you're like, oh, you know what? This is a schedule contest for the King of Iron Fist tournament. We're allowed to do this. I'm never gonna hit with that move. Knee to the face.
You win. Round 1. Fight.
Oh, Brian's gonna be a problem, isn't he? Been blocking everything. neckbreaker just in. Hey Chris, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. That was a lucky neckbreaker drop, I tell you.
You win. Round 2. Fight.
Oh my goodness. It's fine. I'm totally fine with starting the fight with less health. I'm done for. Yeah. Do it. Doing fine, Chris. Good to hear, my friend. I'm doing all right. Can't complain anyway.
Lose. Final round. Fight.
Oh man. Oh, I'm so lucky there. I was thinking that my kicks wouldn't hit him on the ground.
You win.
Hey, King. The wall bounce there, Chris. You do some good juggling in this game.
Fight.
Speaking of wall bouncers, I almost had King up against the wall. Wait, sounds naughty. You know what? I'm gonna stick with it. Oh, he went for the elbow drop. Oh no, the Russian leg sweep. Good job this guy's real fast, because I was able to come back with those maneuvers as King went in for theirs.
You win. Round 2. Fight.
No, this time I was the one that did the cheeky throw. I'm never going to hit with that move. Oh, the Irish whip. That was me saying I like how fast this character is. Oh no. Oh no. And the power bomb. Surprised he didn't finish me off there with something else. I mean, he deserved that one. I was trying to be cheap and get him on the ground.
You lose. Final round. Fight.
Uh-oh. There we go. Always stiff competition, King. They don't call him not the king for nothing.
Come on.
Round 1. Fight.
Steve is going to be a problem, isn't he? Oh my goodness. I find Steve so scary because his countering, his dodging is so effective and his punches do a lot of damage.
Win. Round 2. Fight.
Oh no. Damn it. British coming, Chris. He really did. He really did with that punch. I knew I was in trouble when I saw him move back for the power punch.
Round. Fight.
Unfortunately, I didn't have quite the wherewithal to do anything about it. Neckbreaker, alright. No! Damn it! I did the same thing! The same thing as last time. I let him do his silly power punch. I saw it coming, I could have got out of the way.
Continue.
But no, I thought I'd hit him. But missed him.
Round 1. Fight.
I said Steve was going to be a problem. I knew it was going to be a problem. There we go. If I can get a repeat performance like that, I'll be good. Good as gold.
You
Or
win.
violet.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh no! That's 3 times now he's hit me with that damn punch. That I can definitely block. Not block, get out of the way. I can just get out of the way of it.
Final round. Fight.
Steve, have you considered not punching me for like half a second? Oh my goodness. He does more punches than kicks, Chris? Yeah, he might not have any kicks, I'm pretty sure he doesn't.
Continue. 8.
His kicks are his, like, dodgers.
Come on.
Round 1. Fight.
Damn it. I knew that wasn't gonna work. Steve, stop punching me. Oh, that was too close. I just gotta use these cheap low kicks.
Round 2.
He doesn't defend that area very well. Being a boxer. Oh, I cannot believe I hit with that. It's the first time I've hit with that, I think. Appropriate being as he hit me 3 times with his power punch.
You win.
Same deal, he could have got out of the way and I could have paid for that. You normally never hit those, and on a stage 7? On a stage 7 to hit with it. It's crazy. Like on the early stages, they might be less prone to move out of the way. Ah, go on, Chris. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Show me what you've got.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, that was a bad move. my goodness, that was close. I thought I was doing so well, but then he had me against the cage wall, and it was worse.
You win.
Nearly threw that one away.
Fight.
It was definitely my fight to lose, I'll tell you that. Oh boy. Man, and I was holding block on that as well. That's what I mean about these reactive fighters. He's so fast in with the counter attacks.
You lose.
Doesn't give you a chance to block.
Final round. Fight.
Oh my goodness.
You lose.
It's mostly on me because I don't use this character.
Continue. 8.
They might have been in a Tekken game before, my memory's too bad to recognize them. They might have been in Tag or something. But I definitely don't know any of their combinations or anything.
Round 1. Fight.
Which definitely makes this sort of thing more difficult. Oh, you know what? I'm sure Lee's been in previous games, actually. I'm sure I've seen Lee before. I just don't remember
Round
them.
2. Fight.
I think they were the rival of oh man. Kazuya. He was in 1-2, but not 3. That showed my memory, Chris. I've definitely played 1, 2, and 3. Oh my goodness, that was close. I guess he just didn't leave that much of an impression on me as the other characters.
You win.
Is Violet in this game as well, Chris? He is. I wonder if Violet has a different ending. Probably not.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for your applause.
Or maybe he does.
But winning the tournament was not my ultimate goal. I participated in the tournament to gather test data for Combat and to promote its application as the ultimate fighting machine. I present to you now Combat.
So Combat was unlockable from
Give
Force
these
mode.
nice folks a little demonstration. Damn it.
Oh, do we have an extra stage here? An extra stage! So Combat could be anybody. He's got that. Hopefully someone slower than me. Oh, it's Kazuya. Interesting. Oh, blast. My goodness, I thought I was doing well then. I mean, the thing here is though, every time we replay, combat will be a different character, I expect. Or is it Heihachi? That looked like a Heihachi stuff.
Fight.
Either way, it's a character that I don't excel at fighting against. Any character, oh! Alright. It'd be nice if we didn't struggle on the post-credits fight.
You win. Final round. Fight.
Oh my goodness. Like Mokujin, thank you. That was who I was trying to remember. Or the lady from Tekken Tag, who I believe was canonically Jun, who was just like unclothed and half covered in goo. That was definitely someone's idea. Like, what if we had a lady who was just half covered in goo? Lee won the tournament and finally achieved his dream of becoming the CEO of Mishima Zaibatsu. The first Combot had a fatal bug due to its hasty development. Lee transferred the Combot development project to the Mishima Research Labs, where he spent large sums of money and gathered many brilliant engineers to develop the second prototype. I wonder if the entrance would have been different. Unknown from Tekken Tag 1, Chris? Yeah, I think that's who it was.
Mr. Lee, the new combat prototype is finished, sir.
This one better work to spec.
Yes, combat experiments were conducted against Heihachi. 10.23 seconds into the experiment, Combat unleashed a 50-hit combination. Heihachi was completely helpless.
Excellent.
Excellent. 50 hits, Lee? That sounds cheap. Yes, I will have to look up if any of these
Welcome to the King.
technically different costumes have different
Nina Williams.
different endings before I play through the same character again.
After the King of Iron Fist Tournament 2, the Mishima Zaibatsu used Nina as a test subject for experimental cryogenics research. 15 years later, Nina was released from cryosleep to fight in the third tournament. She fought in the tournament while suffering from cryosleep-induced amnesia. Since then, Nina escaped from the reaches of the Mishima Zaibatsu and spent her days carrying out missions as a contract assassin. To this day, she has been unable to regain memories of Anna or her previous life. Without memories or anyone to rely on, the only thing she could do was to execute her contracts for money.
Lee might be Heihachi's stepson, Chris. That's interesting.
One day, Nina accepted a contract from a mafia organization. The target of the contract was Steve Fox, a world boxing champion. Nina infiltrated the tournament and set her sights on her new target.
But we know that Steve Fox is technically Nina Williams' son.
Come on, baby. Show me what you got.
Round 1. Fight.
This outfit looks like something from Austin Powers.
You
This was the all of the outfits I picked were the like cross default outfit, except for Force mode. I think I might pick a different one. Back body drop.
What a nuisance.
I think this is supposed to be a biker outfit. How many fighters does this game have here, Trevor? Quite a lot. I've unlocked one more now.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, Dragon Sneaker there. It's tough to fight Kazuya at all, but I'm glad to get him out of the way early, because he's going to be less problematic at this point in the game than he would be if I was fighting him later.
You win. Round 2. Fight.
I kind of wish you could see their outfits before you, there you go. Look like a leg lock or a knee bar. I think they actually picked the ankle there. Back glory drop. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could just, instead of pressing a button, just like pick the outfit you want when you select a character.
What a nuisance.
I think some of the later games introduced like custom outfits for the characters as well, although I could be thinking of Dead or Alive.
Round 1. Fight.
Again, relatively glad to get Hawang early. About 21 fighters in this, Chris.
You win. Round 2. Fight.
Now I got a guy in the crowd. It'll be interesting to see if I need to do some of the other characters in different outfits. Like Kuma and Panda. I'll hold off till I know for sure. I guess that'll be the last thing I do, revisit characters if they need doing again.
Fight.
Back body drop to Yoshimitsu. Cartwheel kick. $23's the number, Chris. It's like, it's weird as well, because it's like, are they counting, oh, are they counting like bonus characters? Kombat's got quite a lot, Trevor. You know what I was looking at the other day? I was looking at Death by Degrees, which I have, which is the Nina spin-off. And I was thinking about the, like, beat-em-up spin-off for one of the beat-em-up spin-offs, like you say, the PS2 one, for Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks. And I was like, that would be an interesting game to play. I'm paying for my cheap kicks earlier, aren't I? Yep. Mortal Kombat Armageddon is 62, Trevor? What's Armageddon on? I've got a couple of Mortal Kombat games. I might have it. Unless it's like one of the latest ones, then I'm probably out of the loop, so to speak. The newer Mortal Kombat have a lot more characters than the originals, Chris. That's fair.
You win. Final round. Fight.
Never know how to attack a character that can come at me at lots of different angles, but most of them are kicks.
You win.
Then Shayu.
Round one. Fight.
Uh-oh. I was so nervous blocking there because he might come in from low. 7 characters in the original Mortal Kombat, Chris?
You win. Round two.
I often prefer like more characters to, like less characters that are unique, rather than, you know, some games that will have like the same character with different, it's like the same moves in a different character. Nino and Anna are perfect examples, actually. I don't mind Anna technically not being in this game. I guess they could have put her in as a different costume. For Nina, like they did with Eddie, for Christy.
You win.
I don't think she's done a classic ha 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 pose yet.
Round one. Fight.
So is Julia like the daughter of Michelle or something? She fights like her. It's a very awkward enemy to get this this high up in the stages. 12 Mortal Kombat 2.
You
Hey,
lose.
Chris.
Round two. Fight.
Michelle's daughter, Chris. I thought so. I stepped on him. Oh boy. She's really wrecking me with how she attacks. Yep. Interrupted my combo there to hit me. See, I was coming for the back slap, or the backhand I should say.
You lose. Continue. 8.
Spirits, give me strength.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, those kicks low, like going from low to high like that, very awkward to deal with, for me anyway. Oh my goodness, yeah. It gets me every time. She hits me low, I go to block low and then hits me high.
You lose. Round 2. Fight.
It's got to be aggressive against this one, I think.
You win. Final round. Fight.
Not trying to do anything fancy. There we go, yep. Just go at them. Come at them.
You win.
Was that like a you stink type move? Hey Predator, how you doing buddy? Welcome. Heihachi Mishima.
The King of Iron Fist tournament. Final stage.
If we win this, Heihachi Zabatsu will be Nina's. In theory. You doing well today, Predator? Good to hear, my friend.
Round 1. Fight.
So, like, Nina's very good against Heihachi because of how fast she is, but Heihachi's very good against Nina for the same reason. They're both pretty good counter offense characters.
Round 2. Fight.
Gonna be the same deal here where I'm just not doing anything flashy. Just trying to interrupt his moves. If I can. That's where I don't want to be, on the ground. Yep. If he starts getting combos off on me, that old Tekken juggling, where you find yourself unable to defend.
Final round. Fight.
That almost felt like it came in before the bell. Oh my goodness. There you go. Got him against the wall. One cheap tactic deserves another, I guess.
It was nothing. Goodbye.
After the tournament, Nina pursued her target, Steve Fox, to his hotel in order to complete her objective. While preparing for the hit, Nina received additional information on the target from the Syndicate. Why would they send her compromising information just before she's about to do the hit? This is kind of interesting because this is the same cinematic we saw but from a different perspective.
Please!
I wonder if Lei will also show a similar perspective.
Please! Look out!
Thanks.
Getting that new hard drive for your original Xbox version? Nice. Yeah, honestly seems like a pretty cool idea to do that. Right, where was that character-wise? Heihachi's next, I guess. Feels like Heihachi should be last, but I'm doing it in a way that I'll be able to remember which ones I've done and which ones I haven't done.
2 years ago, Heihachi failed to capture Ogre, but his researchers succeeded in collecting samples of its blood and tissue. These in turn were used in an attempt to create a new life form by combining Heihachi's and Ogre's genetic material. The experiment failed, however, and Heihachi learned that he lacked the devil gene necessary to integrate Ogre's genome with his own.
See, I basically forgot about Ogre.
In order to obtain the devil gene, Heihachi searched for Jin, who had transformed into a devil during the last tournament. During his search, Heihachi learned that the body of his son Kazuya, killed 20 years ago, was stored at a cutting-edge biotech firm called G Corporation. Heihachi ordered his Tekken Force to raid G Corporation in an attempt to obtain Kazuya's remains. However, the mission ended in failure when Kazuya, revived by G Corporation, retaliated.
We see a lot of that in the opening cinematic.
In order to create a new life form, Heihachi needed the body of Kazuya or Jin, both of whom carried the devil gene. After much deliberation, an evil smile spread across Heihachi's lips. The next day, the King of Iron Fist Tournament 4 was announced.
Evil smile. Martial law, alright. So I've played Tekken 1, 2 and 3 in tag, and this would be
Round 1.
the next chronologically released, I guess.
Perfect.
Thankfully, in the first rounds, they're really easy on you. Well, I say played. I've completed Tekken 1, Tekken 2, Tekken 3,
Win.
and Tekken Tag. Although they're not in my memory, I definitely have done every character and like pretty much every mode. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here, just do every character, but at least this time it'll be on video. So if I forget, I'll have that footage.
You win.
I'm not very good with Heihachi despite how good Heihachi is. I think Heihachi is a very good character.
Round 1. Fight.
I think you've got to know Heihachi's moves well Because he's really good at like blocking moves. As much as I'm making it look easy at this point, these are the early rounds where you can get perfects, like relatively easy at the start.
Round 2. Fight.
When we get to the later rounds, I'm definitely going to be struggling. Oh, look at that. Atomic drop. Called the atomic drop if you do it from the back, where you drop their tailbone onto the knee. If you do it from the front, it's called the Manhattan drop, where the atomic bomb is in it. Try and get a new body in every Tekken game, Predator.
Round 1.
Why can't I get a new body? Oh, I even did my special thingy. Look at that power bomb. And a sit-out power bomb to behold right there. Jumped up in the air.
You win.
Slammed him down upon the ground.
Round 2.
Force.
Fight.
Glad to get King early, because King is an awkward fight to deal with. Over some cameos. Chris. I can definitely do Tekken Dark Resurrection, which features Ogre in.
Round 1. Fight.
What is this? A volleyball game? Imagine that. A fighting game doing a volleyball spin-off. Hey, you had volleyball in one of the Tekken games. Was it Tekken 2? I think it was Tekken 2. Right, because the disc in Tekken 2 had some of the characters in bikinis.
Fight.
Tekken 3 had Bowl and Force mode. Someone can correct me, because I'm probably wrong. Do you know what's a great game for, like, mini games on it? Oh, guys. Got Final Fantasy characters as well. Hey, Clacker, welcome.
Win.
You love the vibes from this game? Clack?
Come on.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, I hate Steve so much. Let's powerbomb him onto the concrete. And step on him. Oh no, not again! I fell for it again! There's a ball stage in Tekken 8.
Lose.
Tekken Ball was free as well, Chris? Shows what I remember. Shows what I remember. So was Bowl Tekken Tag then? Again guys, for reference, I have played these games, I just don't remember. No! Ugh. Every time I get hit by that blasted move. Oh boy, wow. Wow. Rooftop stage, clap. Cool stage though. maybe, yeah, maybe Tekken Bowl was Tekken Tag. I feel like it might have been actually, because it
Round
was
1.
like a little more sophisticated, so it was like maybe PS2. Ah, we got him this time. Halfway though. Oh my goodness, only just though. You got a American version of Tekken 5 for the PSP
Round
Predator. Are they region free actually? I haven't checked. I think they are. Because it's a portable system, you'd think they would be. Power bomb onto the glass, didn't go through it though. Cheap low kicks for the win. I was having trouble with Steve there, so well, I've had trouble with Steve virtually every time I've had him. Region locking is really awkward. The PS2's region locked, obviously, and there was a place near me. I won't say what the place is called, but he had some American. Hey, we're fighting Combat. Combat could be anybody. Tekken Ball was 3 tag, 2 and 8. Okay.
You win. Round 2.
Hey, Chris. Wait. So Tekken Ball is the volleyball game, right? But Tekken Bowl was the like actual bowling one, right? Oh boy. Oh, they're Lin Xiaoyu this round. Do you know what I need to do? I need to find the memory cards with all of the data in. I lost a lot of PS1 data actually. I'm not sure what happened there.
Round 1. Fight.
Which sucks for like the RPGs like Final Fantasy VII and stuff, where like those take such a long time. Wow, perfect at this stage. But I think I replayed Final Fantasy VII not that long ago. Tekken Ball's tag and Tekken 5. Nice, Chris. You know, this information is helpful actually, because like I actually mistakenly initially thought that Tekken Ball was in this game as an unlockable once you did Force mode, and it was not. But I got some info from the internet that was not correct. And I've paid for getting information from the internet before. Like when I did an unboxing video, I put the character of the name in correctly, and then I think I double checked it on the internet, and then I got the wrong name on the internet. But I was like, well, it's the internet, it must be right, so I changed it. But it was the name of the voice actor. It was one of my unboxings recently. This game, Tekken Force mode Predator. Yeah, I actually did that earlier. You need to do it to unlock combat, of all things. I was thinking who we got at the end stage, actually. Makes sense. You know what? I'd rather fight Kazuya than another Heihachi. Oh, he got me the second punch. Nice, we got the first round. Tekken Force and Tekken 3 Predator. I think I do prefer the Force mode in Tekken 3, but it's only because I'm more familiar with it. Oh my goodness, Kasuya's really wrecking me right now. Oh no! No! I let him hit me with the special. I just stood there. I stood there and let him hit me.
You lose.
What a damn foolish thing to do.
Final round. Fight.
Ah, no. Now he's got me up against the side. I thought I was doing well there. Ah, man. I was going for an attack and he hit me mid-attack. Tekken Force is in this 3 and 4, Chris. I think there's like technically a sort of Tekken Force mode in Tekken 5 as well, but only on the PS2 version. Which is a shame, because otherwise the PSP one would be the like de facto best version. Because it has like extra characters and like more balancing. So when I get to that game, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, if I'm going to like play most of it on the PS2 and then do the extra characters on the PSP, or play most of it on the PSP and do the Force mode on the Force mode is much less restrictive. I think it only lets you play as like Kasuya or something. On number 5.
You win.
That wasn't so bad. I thought I'd struggle with that more. I actually did not kill Kasuya outright. Come with me if you want to see your son, Heihachi said, and led Kasuya out of the arena. Is this going to be like the same deal as the Nino, where it's like a similar cinematic than we've seen before, but from a different perspective? A few hours later, the two were deep within the Mishima Zaibatsu compound. A massive temple stood in the midst of the forest enshrouded in fog. The two entered the building. So will I have to fight Jin now, I guess? Thinking about upgrading your PSP as well, Predator? It's probably a good shout. My PSP has some issues with it. So I need to get that looked at as well. It's a trap! Hey, Chris. Therefore, thereafter, the world came to know the Age of Darkness. Oh wow, what a grim ending! Well, there you go, guys. That was up to Heihachi. I guess we'll do the next characters next time. I'm going to go to the options to make sure I save it. And I'll have to check if the other characters have alternate endings, I guess. Is there a theatre mode in this? It might be easier if I do the alternate characters off stream and then... Yeah, there's a theatre mode. So can I check on theatre mode? Oh, it doesn't tell me if I'm missing any, actually. I don't think. Okay, except that these ones haven't been done. Okay, so it shows one epilogue for each character. Interestingly. So, I mean... Oh, no, okay, there is another one. There is another one for Kuma. Okay, there you go. There is another one for Kuma. But not... Well, there's a different prologue. Okay, so we could have a look at the different prologue. I guess maybe we should do Kuma then. Otherwise, I will probably forget. I guess we could just start on Kuma next time. But let's look at the different opening. But the ending is the same. No, the ending is different. Okay, so we will definitely play Kuma next time. I'll try and remember that. But we'll have a look at the different opening if I press circle for Lee. But his epilogue is the same. Well, there's an arcade opening and a regular opening. Interesting. Huh. And then, yeah, everyone else just has one. Good to know. I'm glad I checked. And these characters I haven't done yet. So we'll do these characters and Kuma next time. But let's have a look at Lee's prologue to end it. For the circle one, I guess.
Violet was the majority shareholder and de facto leader of a manufacturer for humanoid robots. He was apparently a fighter in the past, but now lived a quiet life in a mansion in the Bahamas. Bored by his carefree lifestyle, Violet decided to enter the King of Iron Fist Tournament 4. There was another significant reason for his entry into the tournament. Violet believed that he could turn his humanoid robots into the ultimate fighting weapons. He believed in a utopian world where inorganic humanoids would carry out the will of their human masters. Violet accelerated the development of a prototype for the tournament. If completed in time, the tournament would be an excellent PR opportunity. Violet's mind was filled with visions of dominating the King of Iron Fist Tournament 4.
Well, that was interesting to see. It's either Kuma or Panda, guys. Yeah, it's definitely Kuma because I did Panda earlier. And we saw the Zayu Panda entrance. It's interesting that they have the same ending movie. No, they don't have the same ending movie. Sorry, that's what it was. But yes, everyone else... And it's not the cross button, so it's definitely like the circle button I need to do. Or triangle, I guess. Maybe it's press triangle on the character. Either way, we need to be the bear. But everyone else, glad I checked this section actually, because that's super helpful. Now I know that I don't need to redo some of the other characters, and we saw the different opening there for Violet, and these characters all seemingly only have one ending. We haven't looked at some outfits, I guess. Like, you know, you can have, like, the uniform outfit for Zayu, but we saw that with her friend anyway, so it's fine. But yes, there you go. Alright, and we'll try and remember to play that different character at the start next time, and finish off all the characters in one fell swoop for the next time. But yeah, there you go, guys. We did Tekken Force, and we did a bunch of characters. Let's go save it. Make sure I save it and don't load it. Alright, my friends. Appreciate you watching. The resolution of this game, Predator. I'm doing this. Well, this is a PAL version, obviously, from my PAL PS2, but I have it going from the RAD 2X, so it's got in line doubled. So it's as good as it can look from an unmodified PS2, with the line doubling for the HDMI, guys. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Really appreciate it, guys. A little bit unusual showing Force mode from pre-recorded footage, but I wanted to make sure I got it done. So there was that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. And if you want to check out my recent video game pickups video, you can check that out. I will also be doing an unboxing video. So on Monday it will be a new unboxing video, and it will be Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, which is ironically a remake of Dead Rising. But if you want to get like the complete look at that, I compare it to the Xbox 360 version, I compare it to the Wii version, and the PS4 version. Why? I don't know. Maybe I wanted to make the video more difficult to make. But that video will be out on Monday, so you can check that out. I will try and remember to post it on the social media platforms and all of that stuff. So yeah, be sure to check that out when it comes out. Other than that, my friends, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and thank you for being awesome. And thanks for your help as well in the comments. You guys have been awesome. Just remains me to say that I have been MVL. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.